Are you one of the people who scroll down and see pictures of people with their budgie birds outside and get all jelly? Are you thinking of getting an avian suit to teach him to fly? Don't you think this would be a little too much pressure on his little body? Well, we've got you covered. You have come across a perfect video through which you can decide for yourself. Flying time is one thing that makes your budgies happy, healthy, and live longer. Should you let your budgies out for flying? Yes, your concerns are justified, but let's think about it this way. Being a human being, exercise and walking are pretty much needed by our body to keep us moving. Simultaneously, for birds, flying is a kind of exercise and movement for their body. It helps them stay healthy. When budgies are in the wild, they are the kind of birds who fly miles and cover a great distance. They use their wings to search for food, escape predators, and find their mate. Even when they are at home alone, all their needs are being taken care of by you. They still have a desire to feel free and fly. It's so mesmerizing to watch them fly away from place to place and come back to you. It shows their devotion and love towards being with you. It is very essential for you to take care of their flight needs as you do for their basic needs. Budgies who don't spend time outside of their cages often suffer illnesses and diseases such as being overweight, tumors, and swollen lung diseases. As you must be aware, in the wild, budgies are often living in flocks, so they can spend some time with their caregiver and other bird friends. It is advised to let the trained birds out of the cage and fly in the house. The flying time must be for about an hour and a half. Make sure the room is safe and secure. However, for the untrained budgies, it is advised to take them out and let them roam in the house. There are multiple risks in the house for the budgies to get hurt. You should always close the doors and windows. Turn off the ceiling fans and the lights. Cover the mirrors, or they should be facing the walls. Looking out for the hot foods, pots, liquids, and holes. You want to care extra for some curious budgies because these little birds investigate every spot that they find interesting and disappear. It will be helpful if you schedule your budgies' playtime. This way you won't have to worry about open doors and all. Along with flight, budgies need to do other exercises as well to make them move and feel healthy and free. Some of the exercises that budgies love include climbing, foraging, shredding, and playing outside or inside the cages. You should encourage your budgie friend when he tries to climb. Place a ladder and ask him to climb. Keep little treats for him at the top of the ladder that would motivate him to reach the top. Slightly turn the ladder upside down and ask him to climb again. It is extremely essential for the cages of your birds that they should be wide and spacious. It is advised to get the longest and widest one you can afford. The cage you choose can be short, but it should be wider than tall and narrow cages. The reason behind such circumstances is that budgies fly horizontally and not vertically. Place the perch higher at the top so that there is enough room for the budgie to fly. This technique also helps birds to fly between them and learn more. Also, you can make your own budgie aviary as we did in our previous video. How do I train my budgies to fly back to me? Even though it's been stated multiple times that budgies in the wild are free and take care of themselves. Do not forget that your pet budgie isn't that brave and trained. He still needs you to look out for himself, even though he learns how to fly. It still is very necessary for a pet budgie to fly and always come back to you. There are certain ways through which you can teach your little friend to always get back to you. Earn your budgie's trust. If you wish for your budgie to always come back to you, it is equally important for you to make him feel at home in your hands. It is essential for you to build a relationship with your budgie where he could feel comfort, warmth, and secureness. There are some other ways through which you can earn your Budgie's trust, such as feeding him from your hand and petting him, although some birds do not like to be touched. In such cases, you can try clicker training, where you touch his legs first and treat him. Gradually, he will become comfortable with your touch. Once your Budgie has enough confidence, you can start the perch training. Simply place 2 perches parallel. Start by asking him to fly towards the perch and touch it. Once he can reach out and touch, ask him to move the stick with his head. You need to move the target farther each time he reaches there. Once he does what you say, click and treat him. The ultimate goal is to teach him to hop between the perches to reach the target. Flying from owner to the perch. In this stage, you teach your bird to come back to you. You can begin by calling him towards you or just simply raising your hand. The purpose behind this is to create cues that he will always have to come back to you after flying. When he does, give him little treats and tell him to go back to eat the treats. This will give him purpose to come back to you and go back to the perch. Sometimes you have to force him to get to you by hiding and calling for him to see his reaction. This is very essential when he flies in another room and that he can learn to find his way upon hearing your voice. Outdoor flying is as dangerous for Budgies as it seems impressive when watching videos of Budgies flying away and back to their owners. The chances of your Budgies never coming back to you are numerous. It does not always mean that your Budgie does not want to come back to you, but it is because he doesn't know how to. Most of the time, when Budgies fly too far, they get exhausted and land somewhere that is unsafe for them. Sometimes giving him treats is not all he needs. All in all, I don't recommend outdoor flight. You are risking his life. Outdoor flights are always risky.
Thank you, members, for your amazing support. I would be grateful if you could spare a moment to check out my previous Budgie video and consider subscribing.